Well, I swear, we gonna have to start having the bigger cabooses and bigger train cars for the Coon Express, because I swear you're getting more and more jokers on here. Now, in case y'all wondering who this is Cleveland Browns head coach, former head coach of the Raiders, one-time assistant coach for the Bengals, Hugh Jackson. And he said something today to his players in reaction to with Marshawn Lynch and Michael Bennett, who sat down during the national anthem. And what Hugh Jackson did is totally going against a code that what we stand for as SJWs, and as a part of the new black media, telling he don't want none of his players to protest by sitting down new national anthem. Better yet, a picture is 1,000 words, because I'm not the only one that's upset about it, and there's somebody else on here that I'm gonna talk about later on too. That's no surprise. What I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna do is this. I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm just gonna play this right here and let y'all see it for yourself.
Marshawn Lynch and Michael Bennett both sat on the sidelines for their team's preseason games this weekend. Bennett said the violent events in Charlottesville, Virginia served as a catalyst for his action. Yesterday, Browns head coach Hugh Jackson said he understands the protest, but doesn't want it to happen on his team. Take a listen.
I think everybody has a right to do, and I get it, but the national anthem means a lot to myself personally, an organization, or a football team. I hope, again, I can't speak. I haven't really talked to our team about it. I would hope we don't have those issues. I understand there's a lot going on in the world. I like to just keep it here. What we deal with, we try to deal with as a team in our closed environment. We talk about things, but hopefully that won't happen. I can't tell you it won't happen, but I just know our guys. I don't think that's where our focus is, and we hope the things that are going on in the world get ironed out. But I know right now we're doing everything we can to get our football team better.
Shannon, do you have a problem with what you said?
I got a huge problem with it. Yeah. He says, I think everybody has a right to do it, and I get it. When someone says, you have a right to do it, and I get it, you already know. But the national anthem means a lot to myself personally, the organization, and our football team. I hope, again, I can't speak because I really haven't talked to our team about it. So how do you know your players feel the same way about the anthem as you? Skip, he says, and he goes on to say, there's a lot going on in the world, and I hope it gets ironed out. Does Hugh Jackson think because he coaches in the National Football League that he's insulated for what's going on in the world? I get it, Hugh. You don't want to try to help fix the problem. But why are you trying to deter your players from at least handing me a wrench so I can help fix the problem? Boy, I wish I was in the barbershop. I wish I was behind closed doors because I could tell Hugh Jackson what I actually really think about him. Because if I were to tell it today, right now, what I'm really thinking about him, and he knows what I'm thinking. Everybody knows what I'm thinking and what I really want to call it. Before they do, man, they need to stop with all this shucking and jiving.
Thank you.
Just tell the truth.
Thank you, Shannon.
You got a job, but there are a lot of black men that were before you that was equally or more so qualified than you that didn't get the opportunity. And I know you think you got this job on your own, but you don't understand how many men are working behind the scenes that get not only you, but other black coaches even opportunity to be heard. Why don't you pick up the phone today and you call John Wooten and you ask him what he thought of your comments? Skip, I am so glad Dr. King, Rosa Parks, John Lewis, the Andrew Young, the Jesse Jackson, the Nelson Mandela. That ain't my problem. Let somebody else, let them iron it out. It calls Dr.
Hold on one second, guys. I'm sorry. Two of those names that Shannon called out, I have to disagree. John Lewis, he been bug dancing. He's part of the original Big Six. And as for Rosa Parks, yes, Rosa Parks may be the so-called mother of the civil rights movement, but supposedly, but she was handpicked, okay, by the white establishment because of her Christian values and because she was the secretary of the NAACP. Cedric the Entertainer told y'all that at barbershop, the first barbershop. Okay, there were young sisters that refused to give up their seat for a white person back in those days, way before Rosa Parks came on the scene. So they can miss me with that. As for Jesse Jackson, please. We all know Jesse Jackson's an agent provocateur. Let's just keep it 100 on that. The man set up King to get killed. Shoot, Master Teacher Steve Coakley exposed that. Let's continue.
King his life. It cost Nelson Mandela 27 years in prison on Robben Island. Skip, does he realize how ridiculous he sounds? That I hope the world gets this. Shoot, the problem that these young men were protesting, that Colin Kaepernick took a knee, that Michael Bennett took a seat for, and Robert Quinn and Malcolm Jenkins are raising their fists, it affects your football team because they're young black men.
So let me ask you this. You were saying he is selling out and letting down the black community.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but see, you being nice about it. But in the barbershop, he knows what he is. And you know what? I've been talking to John Wooten, and you know this. And I talked to him a lot. And I said, John, there's some things that I say in private conversations I'm going to try to do better. But Woot, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be hard for me to not call Hugh Jackson what he actually is. For him to go public and says, I hope the world gets this ironed out. Does he understand that he lives in this world and that by passing the buck and kicking the can, no one solved this problem? At some point in time, Dr. King, Rosa Parks, our great leaders, they picked that can up. They didn't keep kicking it down the road. And for him to say that, he hopes. Oh, it means a lot to me. I wonder if he ever read the national anthem in its entirety. Not sing it, read it. Because you know what, Skip? While he's talking about he hopes the world and it means a lot to him, they're singing an anthem about you, Baldy. They're talking about you and how if you try to escape, there is nowhere you can run that they wouldn't find you. And for him, Skip, I remember when my grandfather used to be tinkering around the house, he would say, boy, hand me a monkey wrench or hand me a pipe wrench. I'm not doing anything, Skip. All he's asking me to do is hand him the tool. If you don't want to do anything, Hugh Jackson, that's your right. But why are you trying to not hand the young men that do want to do something? Why are you not at least giving them the tools so they can help? Being a coach in the NFL doesn't insulate you from what's going on in the world, Skip. You know why? Because professional sports are a microcosm of society. And 70% of the NFL is made up by who? Black players. And who are they trying to call attention to? What are they trying to say? Innocent young black men and women, unarmed, are getting gunned down at a disproportionate rate. And for Hugh Jackson to say that, there are a lot of people in their offices, they clapping, golf clap, because they got this clown up here in front of national television saying that's bullshit.
So, before I speak, I need to remind everyone what is glaringly obvious. Why?
I'm gonna leave it right there because I don't want to play the whole thing, but I'm gonna leave a link to this video in the description for y'all like that. Shannon just said it all. What it said about like with Hugh Jackson, Hugh Jackson done got his buttermilk biscuit. The Cleveland Browns right now should be feeling real happy, if not disappointed. Shannon just said exactly what I wanted to say, and Shannon wanted to say more. But since Shannon Shaw can't say it, I'm gonna say it what I'm gonna call it. Hugh Jackson, you a coon. You and this other buck dancing idiot right here. Tim Brown, he's another one. He's always been a coon. Tim Brown always been a coon, man. Never gonna change, never gonna be this. Now, first of all, shout out to BO9263 for this, because he said, I think it came from TMZ, that he said that Tim Brown said he had a problem with Marshawn Lynch sitting down for the national anthem. Do these two niggers realize, did they even read the national anthem? Did they ever got to the fourth stanza? Do they even know who Francis Scott Key is? Or I call him Faggot Scott Key. I tell you, I could be, I try to use my energy to make these videos so I could bring, like a positive awareness and constructive things for my people, so therefore they would know how to go ahead and survive in this system of white supremacy and racism. And I know I said I wasn't going to use the name, but I say I'm going to use it now. As far as about us building a base, economic power base, basically with base economics, starting off with, pulling our resources and our money up out of these white-owned financial institutions and putting them in a black-owned bank, or doing things like trying to buy the block, supporting black-owned businesses, or black social media platforms like Black Spot, Black Junction, More Us, things like so and so, or either black online sites, shopping sites like We Buy Black, which is an equivalent to Amazon. But when it comes down to these buck dancing, shoe shining, tap dancing, shucking, jiving, pasteurized, chicken fried, punkified, sissified, pasteurized, homogenized niggas, and I see them getting out there and they throwing my own people under the bus, and especially for not only in the presence of mixed company, but for them to uphold the system of white supremacy. My job is to basically get out here and call them out and let them die slow up under the sun. Hugh Jackson is a jackass. Like Shannon Sharp said, you don't want to deal with the problem. You want to have hands off of it. Good, fine, no problem. But when you trying to stop the other young players who want to make a change, who want to use their platform to do something about it, now I got a problem with you. Like I said, you always gonna have these type of shuck and jive niggers that's gonna get out here and want to try to stop progression. You're trying to do something for the benefit of your people, they want to try to stop the progression. To me, where I come from, that's a new form of cop blocking. That's a new form of player hate. All because you feel comfortable. And I'm going to go back to what Jason Black said. See, old heads like Hugh Jackson, I can't believe that some bitch got my last name. But shoot, because he ain't no real Jackson, because the real Jackson would stand on their own 2 feet and don't take no bullshit. My daddy was cut from the same cloth, was from a different cloth than these old soft ass motherfuckers out here is. And that's where I got my genes from, as well as my brothers. But like Jason Black was saying, see, this is just another effect of the old guard, the old niggers. They see the young ones coming up as being a threat, so they trying to do everything they can to try to go ahead and stifle that. You don't want to see them, get out there and fight. You don't want to see them make the kind of money that they making, or you don't want to see them driving up that stupid stuff. Because you had your chance when you did it. or you probably got it, but he ain't the one that he's not even gonna try to help another brother or sister to try to come up either, or show them the blueprint on how it's done. All he doing, he just out here shucking and jiving, and tickling master's balls, saying like, "Oh, did I get good, master? I did a good job, didn't I? I put all them niggas in check down there, master. They ain't gonna start no protest. They ain't gonna make no troubles for you." See, I even said they don't even have to listen to that Colin Kaepernick. Master, you not trying to get that joke, that Colin Kaepernick guy, he gonna be in trouble. You know, Ray Lewis called me up the other day and told me don't hire Kaepernick. And I said that because y'all know Hugh Jackson and Ray Lewis are like this. Yeah. People think I don't know. I know. But I could hear the anger in Shannon's voice, because Shannon Shaw wanted to call him a coon so bad, it's not even funny. But I understand what Chauncey, the black supremacist, was saying when he looked up that definition for coon. Shout out to him too on that too, because that exactly describes somebody. That definition definitely describes people like Hugh Jackson, like Tim Brown. You know, two coons of the same fur. I ain't got no more to say about this. You know, Marshawn Lynch been sitting down. Sometimes he sit down, sometimes he stand up. He's been doing that for 11 years, and now y'all motherfuckers got a problem with it. Just like y'all don't want it. You think y'all insulated because y'all got your little jobs in the NFL. Man, get the fuck out of here. They supposed to use their platform to address social issues. So that's just like saying, if I go ahead and I go to my job or wherever, and you know, I'll stay working there, and what goes on in my community, I'm not supposed to acknowledge that. I'm not supposed to not speak up on that. You know, your place of employment does not insulate. You think you insulated from that? No, because guess what? When I get off, you know, I'm just saying if I did, yeah, when I get off, I still got to come back to that same hood, same neighborhood where it happened. I got to come back to that same community too, and look at that. And like Shannon said, Hugh, don't think for one second that you got your position as the coach of the Browns. You think you did that by yourself. No, there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. Shannon Shaw mentioned John Wooten. Yeah, but you know what? Fuck him too. Because the fact of the matter, he mad because Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend, Nessa, put that damn tweet out about Ray Lewis. And, you know, get the hell with them. But these two guys, man, man, I could just go ahead and slap him with a blackjack, man. You know, he sounds so stupid when he said that. Real stupid. And Tim Brown sounded real stupid too. You know, another buck dancing dude. I think some of them guys that, you know, he's a Hall of Famer and stuff. You know, you guys, LaDainian Tomlinson, y'all guys make me sick to my stomach, man. Y'all really make me sick to my stomach. See, family, these are the type of niggas y'all gotta look out for. You know what I'm saying? They just really get on my nerve with that shit. You know, Hugh Jackson, Tim Brown. Boy, I tell you, y'all a real piece of work. No more talk.